Here's Pop Pop. He's going to video making these pancakes. So the pancakes are a little different to what the cookbook says. So I have everything ready. Have a skillet with some butter in ready to go. We'll heat it soon. I had to heat up some honey for Pop Pop because it all went candied. You know, honey is very good if it goes candied. Has no nasty additives in it that keep it running. You can't boil honey because it becomes toxic. Then I have a whisk, extra butter, salt, plain flour which is in there. So we need 1 cup of plain flour. And the table is already set over there. Pop Pop likes white sugar, which is over ready to put on in my coffee, honey and lemon, and I just like brown sugar and lemon. And it's really nice if you add some ice cream with it. So we go back to the cooking process. Pop Pop is going to take over here. Hello, darlings. Here we go. You right, Kitty?
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to pour the flour, 1.5 cups of flour, into the jug. And it's supposed to be sifted. But I have found sifting, this works just as well as sifting. So I'll use a whisk, oopsie daisy, and work and turn it around a few times with the whisk, and it takes all the lumps out of the flour. So then quite often we have a problem with lumpy flour, so you make a little well in the middle, and we add an egg, which as you can see has been floated. It's not floating, so it's quite okay to put in. It's a fresh egg. Break the egg into the well. Can you show that please, Kevin, closer? Can you come closer so you can look into that bowl, please?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to add a little milk to start off with. Can you come and watch the process, Kevin? Just a little milk. And then I'm going to bash it all up a little bit with this whisk to gradually get it until it starts getting a bit thicker. This keeps the lumps out if you do it this way. A little more milk, not too much milk. Otherwise it's got all lumpy and go inside the whisk. Just a little bit. If we put too much milk in, you can't get it to stick to the side of the bowl. So if you can get the mixture like that, a bit strong it is actually, until all of the flour is wet and sticking to the side. There'll be no lumps in that. If you get lumps, you've got to get a flat knife and wipe it around the side of the bowl if it's too runny. So it's just a little process to get the batter right. And a bit more. This will work your muscles out, boys, because it's not as easy as it looks. So gradually start adding the milk. We don't want lumps in it. Now the normal recipe when this batter's made, you stand it for an hour before you cook it. And as you add more milk, you just mix slowly at first until it blends in. Blend up too much milk at once, you end up with a big problem. Supposed to have a pinch of salt, which I haven't put in yet, but I've got some Himalayan salt here, so just a pinch, put your fingers, you drop it in. Because we're videoing this, I'm not going to wait an hour. I've got the fry pan on and I'll turn it on to heat. It's the same as with cooking scrambled eggs or cooking omelettes. You need to wait till the butter's sizzling. You can do this with your non-stick saucepan. You usually need to season the saucepan, to season the saucepan first. So the first pancake won't be much good, maybe, because you need, if you cook something else in the saucepan other than these sort of things, the saucepan doesn't allow the slip as much as you'd like. The milk that I put in, I just put it into a certain level. You're supposed to use about, with a cup of flour, you need 1 1/4 cups of milk. Now when I'm cooking pancakes, I make them like crepes. So I use more milk than what's in the recipe, because I want it thick, thinner than the thick ones. And the only way you can work out what's right is you lift it and see how it pours. And that's pouring fairly well. Hope there are no lumps in this. If there are, I did it wrong.
Can't blame me then.
Have a look at this, darling. There's some bubbles coming in that. You see?
I made it worse.
I know it's going really fast. The skillet should be warming up faster than that. We just had to change a fuse this morning. We wait to see if that created it. Okay, I'll pour in now just a little bit. Might be still a bit thick, that batter. And then we run it around the fry pan. Looks like I've got a few lumps in it, but never mind. Mustn't put it on the stove. Remember what happened up at your place? Only the metal goes on the stove, not the kettle or the plastic jug. That's a little bit too, oh, it's slipping. A little bit too thick for me. Bit more milk for the next one. Your grandfather doesn't like them thick like that. He likes them really, really thin. If you want to get them bubbly, you can use self-raising flour.
You got your oven on?
No, I've already heated it before.
Now, if Granny was good, she'd be able to flip that over.
Oh, shut up.
Flip that over without the scoop. You throw it up in the air and it turns over itself when you catch it on the way down. But if you don't catch it on the way down, it can make a bit of a mess, like on the floor.
I don't think that's cooked enough. You have to wait till the bubbles start coming up a little bit. Starting to see, bring it over here, Kevin. You're starting to see little bubbles are coming up there. Little holes in the pancakes, so that means that the bottom part's probably fairly well cooked. Okay, well let's have a little go seeing smart ass over here, so I couldn't do it.
Now here goes Granny. Oops! Have it. Oops!
She doesn't want to do it. Whoa! Okay, that'll do.
Oh, she got it.
Got it!
3 times lucky.
Okay, so now we've got it to there, we turn it down a little bit because we don't want it burning. Now that's too thick, that pancake for me. Pop won't like that. Where's the batter? That's a bit thinner, it might be alright. Trial and error it is.
Oops.
Got to wait till it's a little bit browner than that. It all takes time. I'm not going to wait forever for that. I'll have one that's not quite so as brown as it should be. Okay. I'll put it in the oven, ready to go. I'll use a little bit more butter. Now it's starting to sound right. You'll have to get Nanny to show you how to make hers. She'll do hers differently. Now I'll put some... It's still too thick. Well, this one, next one will be mine too. Your father will have to wait for another one.
Give yourself an uppercut then.
Too thick for Pop Pop.
I'll eat it.
So therefore, more milk goes in.
A good cook shouldn't make the same mistake twice.
How many years since I've made one of these? Since my darling daughter was a child.
That's
So
no
now-
excuse, you should be...
Now that's really watery and runny.
Oh,
That's
well.
the way your Pop Pop likes it, like that. Now it's the same as with an omelette, you'll notice. You wait for the edges to lift a bit. And I'm waiting to see if I get any little bubbles coming up. Now if you'd used self-raising flour with a pinch of bicarb soda in it, it might have had a lot more bubbles and it might have risen a little bit.
Now she should be good now, she should be able to
shut
catch
up.
this one.
The easier way to do it, you boys are going to have to do it the easy way. So it looks fairly dry on the top. There's some bubbles in there. See the little bubbles on the side where it's come through? The bubbles are coming up through there. See? That means it's probably doing pretty well. And this is starting to curl. Same as with you cooking an omelette. I think it should be almost right. So that's the easy way for the boys to do it. Still too thick for Pop Pop.
You forgot to put the sound on this.
That should be nearly. Yeah, it's cooked enough. That's why you turn it down, because if I turn it over, you'll notice that it's gone a bit browner quickly. So you don't want to get it burnt. Who wants? That looks better for Poppy. That's more or less like the way he likes it. Maybe not quite enough. I'll turn it down a little bit. Now I'm going to wait for the edges to come up. Put it on again. A bit noisy, isn't it? Wasn't enough butter in that one.
Thank you very much.
Now that's the way Pop Pop likes it. But it's taken 2 pancakes to get it right. And getting the thickness right. But you can have your pancakes as thick as you want. Almost done. So if you have batter finished at the end, if you want to make pikelets, what you do is you add some bicarb soda and maybe a little bit of self-raising flour in it, stir it all up, and then you make pikelets next time and they'll be thicker.
Yeah, don't
And
burn
the only
this one.
additions to that, extra addition to that is you put sugar in it. So pikelets, you've got to put sugar in it, self-raise, a little bit more self-raising flour and some bicarb soda. Okay, we're nearly ready. Alright. So that's good. I think that's pretty well done. Pop Pop can have that one. I'll cook more after we
Well,
finish
what are you
this
looking
video.
at there, the spool?
I'm just having a look. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking here.
Why don't you look at the bloody thing
I was
cooking
holding
up?
it. Yeah, okay, there we are. And you see that's sort of browning on the back? So that's pretty well done. So I'll turn this off. And put pop-pops on here. I don't know how many he's going to have. Put the best side down. That's turned off. So let me transfer this to the table and you can start doing your stuff, Kevin.
Who we got up here on the wall? Who's that fella?
Kevin, come and get
I
your
wonder.
stuff.
And who's that fella? And who else we got here? Another fella here somewhere. Who's that little boy? And look at, I wonder if, whoops, where are we? Can't. I wonder if Dad caught as big as fish as that when he went for his big fishing trip. And
That's Daddy
we
up
got
there.
somebody else here too.
You can't, if you can't see it, you can't see it. You've got to pull it out, see?
Oh,
All right?
alright.
Come on, come
And
and
there's
sit
Paul
down.
and Angela.
Come over here, you're wasting time.
Okay, she said wasting time now, so I've got to go over. Oh, she's going to put bloody ice cream. I'm on a diet, you know.
Will you get your white sugar from the sink, please? So Pop's ice cream's ready to go, the lemons, and the white sugar's coming. And come on, quickly prepare it. Your honey's over there. Leave the sugar there because I need some, darling.
I'm only going to put ice cream on it.
You're not putting ice cream. Ice cream makes it beautiful.
This is just...
Honey, ordinary honey. And lemon. And mine's about the same except it has brown sugar, honey and lemon. It is delicious.
And I don't like the seeds.
And you can put jam if you like on yours, or maple syrup and ice cream. Okay, that's all for the moment. We've taken a long time doing this. It's 17 minutes, my goodness. Love you, darlings.
Yeah.
And there he is. And then he slices it into little pieces.
Yeah.
This is why your mother used to get it.
You haven't got me a knife.
I didn't get a knife.
She's thinking of a...
And they're finger pieces.
funny knife she got me.
Yeah.
There you go. She said.
There we go, darling. Say bye. Kevin,
There you are.
stop licking your fingers. Bye, darlings.
Hello.